What's up everyone, back here for another live trading video. If this is your first time on the channel, hi, my name is Alex Temiz and I made over $11.5 million trading and will pop up my broker statements on the screen right now. In today's live trade, you're gonna see me short day 2 on lidar. So if you watched one of the previous live trading videos, which will link below and will pop up on the screen, I went long this stock lidar on day 1 and I made $4,000. Now this live trade is on day 2, the day after, right? It failed on day 1 and now on day 2 it's bouncing. So you're gonna see me short this stock, the exact same stock on day 2 and make some money doing it. So if you like the video, please subscribe, please leave a comment. And as you guys know, for every 1,000 subscribers that we hit on this channel, we're giving away 5 years worth of live trading for free. Enjoy the video. Pretty much main watches are MCVT and ATNF. LiDAR, maybe if it bounces, I gotta try to pull that up maybe just to have it, LIDR. So if you guys remember that 370 line from yesterday, right? That 370. So I could try some at that 370, right? I could try some, but it would need to be something obvious. So let's get started here today. And the market is open. So if we pop towards 370 on this LiDAR, I'll definitely try to take a piece of it. But I want to just kind of wait. So here we go. So watching. So I took a small starter there on LIDR towards that 370. Didn't have my trades on, just turned them on. So remember, support turns into resistance. So remember that 370 level that we spoke about yesterday? It now turns into resistance. So far, good primary starter. We'll look for some sort of bounce to add potentially. Got a little bit of an add there, 61. So I'm really looking for some sort of 350 washout. If not, the next line is going to be that $4 mark. So I'm pretty much taking starters on that 370 resistance, right? Support turns into resistance. So yesterday's key level of 370 support should now act as resistance. It acted as resistance here, should act as resistance there. If not, then I'll look for the next level, which is $4. So this is kind of looking weak. So I took another add there. So I'm in about 10% of my size. So very small size. I do see support 342s. So if we get a nice washout on their 350, that'd be a nice little perk. So let's watch and see. 48, big bidder at 47, I think I saw him at. Yeah, so I'm going to jump in front of them at 48. So I covered a little bit at 48 because you see that 40,000 share bidder at 47. So I saw a big bidder at 47. So what I could do now is if that big bidder disappears, I could just re-short into him. But at least let me take some gains here. Still using small size. So I used that 370 resistance. I came down to support, took a little scalp. So now I see that there's 347 support. So if 347 support breaks, I could add it right back. ATNF down, MCVT down, 347. See that 70,000 shares. There we go. It's gone. That was too slow. No problem. 39 covered some. So that 347 area broke, and it broke instantaneously. Before I could even look, it was about 30 cents a share. Not too bad. So this is a day 2 low-hanging fruit. Day 1, it failed. It pushed up to the key support level, which then turns into resistance and come back down. So I'm just going to use these dips to reduce. Covered more, 36. So I got very, very tiny left in case it decides to wash out again. Or if we bounce back to this VWAP area, I will re-short. So this trade makes sense, guys. Using the yesterday support to act as resistance. It literally ticked that 370 and just came back down. And what helps is this is a day 2 stock. So as each day passes, these stocks lose momentum. So I'm holding a couple shares left just in case it goes even lower. But bulk of my positions obviously covered. Let's get some more out. So I'm sitting at 34. I can get it. Might not. So 355-ish will be an add for me to just short the bounce. So I was just kind of waiting for this channel. So looking around. LAJI taking the attention. Very good. Let's see where the money flow goes. Let's see where the action goes. Ideally, we want these other stocks to trend higher so that attention falls off the stocks that we're trading. So I'm just babysitting my position, right? I'm babysitting my position here. If we go lower, great. If we bounce, great. I've already locked in some profits, so now I'm kind of free riding this trade.
Yeah, lidar looks weak, but it's got to break that 333 line to really confirm. It's kind of supporting so far.
332 took some more off. 334, sorry. 334 took some more off.
Yep, HTOO open above VWAP. Hopefully that takes some attention.
Yeah, let that take attention. I'm just focused here on this LiDAR. Hopefully we get a bounce. Just waiting here. So notice, guys, I'm pretty much on autopilot here, just waiting.
And I got to run to the restroom too, but holding off. So I'm just trying to be patient here. I got a good average. Either it bounces and I get to add a little bit, fails, get to cover. Like I said, most of my positions already covered. I'm just riding these now. LiDAR bouncing, so I'll short this bounce here, 355. Nice bounce on all these. PHIO hit that 330 and immediately rejected. So immediate rejection there at the 330 line. I'm just gonna run to the restroom right here, guys, real quick.
So lidar, I also entered a little more here around VWAP. I was just waiting to see what it does. It's a little strong so far. IO also shorting here at VWAP, but giving it room in case it goes higher. LiDAR's looking a little strong for now. Oh, PHIO, 40 line, shorting here. LiDAR, pretty big bounce. I'm going to cut it if it breaks much higher, or I'm going to trim a little bit on dips. LiDAR, watching.
All right, I'm back. Oh wow,
Yep,
PHIO did
LiDAR,
it again, huh?
yeah, and LiDAR's got a big bounce.
LiDAR, I'm adding here. Remember, guys, I'm only in small size and I already locked in some profits. So I'm leaving room for $4. So it's actually perfect for me. I'm not oversized on my first entry, then I'm panicking, right? Man, I went to the bathroom at the wrong time. I should have shorted that PHIO. So 383, I got a nice ad there. So because I see that this LiDAR is starting to play games, I'm not going to get into a situation where I'm just consistently adding to it unless it gets to my key levels. So next ad will probably be like that $4-ish area. So I'm keeping the size small, about 15% of my size. The most I'll go is up to 30% of my size if the stock is above VWAP. So PHIO, if you look at the watch list on PHIO said here, 340, 360, and 4. It literally hit 340 and failed. Wrong time to go to the bathroom. That's okay. LHAI hulked down. So because I locked in some profits in the 330s, man, I'm still doing fine on this trade because I'm sizing appropriately. I'm not oversized on the first reshort, right? I'm not going in 150% size. Small scaling, small. That way I have patience. I let the stock trade out. I can see that there's resistance here at 380. Next resistance is in like the $4 area. This is a day two, so chances are that it's not really going to have as much momentum. But let's see. PHIO, nice fail here, breaking up support. So a little bit of a fail here. So I'll take another ad at LiDAR. Looks like it pushed the high of the day and failed. So it's small. Again, keeping my size controlled. Not really worried. I still have room in case this wants to go to $4 or 420. So I have enough room that if it goes to $4 or 420, I'll be in 30% of my size. So let's just slow the candle 79. So break under this 79 area might be a potential trend change. So I can set a stop market order. So maybe let me do that. I'll set a stop market order at 380. No, if it breaks 380, I'll automatically get an ad.
PHIO, I'm starting covers here.
Nice.
Yeah, LiDAR, I'm out and just waiting, just watching it.
Stop market order filled. Got an ad, 380. Remember, 370 resistance should act as support. So it's only natural. Supports a little bit here. I have open orders in case the stock washes out. In case it flushes out, I got some open orders ready.
PHIO, I'm reshorting this bounce after covering some. Just prepared, it could go higher.
Yeah, it's kind of starting to play games, oddly enough.
Yeah, kind of held that three line pretty strongly. So
Orders to cover, Zach. PHIO is looking a little bit trappy, man.
yeah, I agree.
It might take the money flow. I don't know. So I had open orders on the dips, LiDAR.
Um,
It flushes out. Another stuff.
PHIO, yeah, rejecting so far. Let's see.
I'll just take the money and run, man. I'll take the money and
Yeah,
run.
I'm looking to cover dips.
LiDAR got a piece off there into a dip. Another dip. 370 is just buying and buying and buying and buying. I don't like that. I did get some covers off. So remember, 370 resistance is now acting as support. So to really see a solid, decent fade here, we're going to need to break that 370 support. The 370 has been the key yesterday. It's been the key today. 370. So I did good reducing some there, but to really see some downside, we're going to need a 370 break. So notice, guys, by having the proper sizing, I'm able to trade very, very well. I'm not oversized. I'm not praying. I'm just looking at the chart. That's a nice fail. We need the fail to confirm here. 370 break, 370 retest. Come on. 368 reduce, 366 reduce, 369 reduce more. It's not breaking as heavily. I'm just going to get out here, man. So I'm sitting at the bid 371. It's when it broke the 370 support, it should have whoosh, down to 360. It just went down by 5 cents. So I'm all out here of lidar. I'm just going to kind of wait for the next trade. So I'm not too confident in the direction that it's going to head in right now because when it broke that 370 support, it should have washed out very aggressively. The fact that it did not wash out so aggressively kind of scares me right now. What I wanted to see is I wanted to see 370 break and just like waterfall down, right? I wanted to see the waterfall down. The fact that it did not waterfall yet, right? I may miss out on some profits, but I'd rather play it safe, especially when I'm seeing other stocks like PHIO trap up and trap down, trap up and trap down. So it almost seems like the sentiment of the day today is just like a little bit more trappy. So I'm more foot on the brake rather than foot on the gas. So I'm just playing it a little bit safe today, which is totally fine. I don't no problem doing that. But if I'm playing it safe, I want to really, really just make sure that, I'm not getting emotional. Right now, this LiDAR is kind of looking back weak, right? Definitely looking back weak. So I want to be careful not to just chase a trade for emotion's sake. Let it break and let me short the bounce, right? Oftentimes, whenever we see these stocks break the support like 370 and immediately reclaim, it almost like halts up, right? It has this crazy move up. So it didn't do that either. So that's good. But I'm just waiting, man. If it breaks down, great. It should bounce. So what ends up happening is you get emotional. You're like, I just missed the trade. Let me short it here. And then all of a sudden it just freaking bounces on your ass. So I'm just going to wait. Let it break. I'll reshort the bounce. No problem. So I'm seeing PHIO is probably setting up for a zombie move. If this PHIO doesn't break under 3 and stay under 3, it's probably going to set up for a zombie. LIDR is just kind of consolidating here near that key area. So I'm okay just relaxing here, guys. I'm okay not placing a trade here. We're kind of in the middle of the range. Just let it do its thing, man. It could easily reclaim 370 and shoot up. It could easily break 360 and go down. That comment about LiDAR not breaking down was very helpful. Like, look, you could see, guys, you could see that they're kind of setting a trap here. So what I want to see is like, for example, let's pull up LHAI. So when LHAI breaks a key area, let's call it 1133, you want to see it whoosh, and then you want to see it bounce and whoosh, down again. Is LiDAR doing that when it breaks the key level? No. So because it's not doing that, it makes me scared. It makes me nervous. It makes me say, wait a second here, man. Wait a second. Are they playing games? Are they messing around? Are they doing something like that? I always assume that the stock is out to get me. So if you come in with the assumption that the stock is there to screw you over, you will never be caught off guard. So I'm assuming that when they break the 370 and reclaim it, they are playing a game with me. They are trying to trap me. So I adjust based on that trap. If that trap doesn't come, I'll short the bounce. If the trap does come, I'll look like a freaking genius. But either way, on both of these trades, I made money. I would rather cry about not making enough money than getting stuck in a trap. So right now I'm cash and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see which direction the stock goes. If I was a betting man, I would assume that they're going to trap it at zombie times and send it up. That's my assumption. Why? Because that freaking 370 is holding. 370. All roads lead to 370. You guys remember that SBAT when we shorted it at 40? Now it's 22. You guys remember that? We shorted it at 40, man. 40. This was a 50K trade for me when I covered out at 30.
That's crazy.
And I should just bump my head and fallen asleep for a couple days. But that's why we trade these stocks, guys. There's a very clear, repeatable edge. LHAI should open up here soon. LHAI open. Still not really interested in that stock. Range is too crazy for me.
Yeah, PHIO covering more here.
This one, Steve.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. This one was looking kind of trappy. I took some off right under VWAP around my average. Now I'm just letting it work. It's dipping, so I'm just working on covering out.
Right.
I mean, unless it breaks under 3, it looks pretty trappy.
Must be some news on the indexes. They're kind of acting jumpy. I don't know if anyone sees anything on the indexes. Look at LiDAR just reclaiming that 370. So I think I did well playing it safe, erring on the side of caution. So overall market is acting a little bit weaker. What route do you use? I use the Cobra route. It's a REAP 25L or the free 25L. Whatever the main Cobra routes are, that's what I use. Look at that, guys. 383.
Yeah,
Look at that.
LiDAR.
So erring on the side of caution was correct. Look, high of the day, high of the day.
Yeah, great cover outs.
So you see that 370 trap, man. You see what I'm talking about? So no thank you, sir. I am not touching that thing. Look at that, man.
Yeah, great call.
370. 370. So these little nuances in your trading, guys, is why you're here in the live trading. It's to be able to recognize these key areas, these key traps, these key signals, right? Maybe as a newer trader, you wouldn't see that. You wouldn't spot it. But man, look at this. I'm done. No, thank you. Even if it goes to 4, I'm not touching it. Why? Because they're playing games. The only way you could get involved is if I would say even 360 breaks. Forget 370 because they're playing games at 370. So I would say 360. So you would need a very clear breakdown of 360 to get involved. So I think I'm going to call it a day here, guys, as the stock is breaking out. So let me post my chart. Very, very good. I mean, this is as perfect as it gets, right? So chart here, P&L here. So let me post this here real quick. So this will bring me up to 19K for the month. I have 119K. Oops. So that's that. Let me just post this out so that the members see.
PHIO, big fail, covering
And
lower.
notice as LIDR is taking the money flow, PHIO is losing it. PHIO just lost a very key support here.
Yeah,
97.
exactly.
Question from Rob. Who's trapping? So the manipulators, the algos, the institutions, like anyone there's always someone pumping these stocks, right? So for lack of a better world, whoever is pumping these stocks. Most of the time it's hedge funds, most of the time it's institutions, most of the time it's pumpers, it could be other chat rooms, it's a lot of stuff. So very happy with my trading today. In the case of this, of the 4750, what percentage was the first trade versus what percentage was the second trade? The first trade I made like 3 grand, and the rest I made on the secondary trade. So about 3 grand, then like I guess 1500-ish, or what is it? 1700. So PHIO, nice fail, lidar, trappy. So that's my day, guys. That's my day. The biggest thing here is recognizing that trap. The fact that we recognize that 370 trap is what trading is all about. So that's pretty much all I got, guys. So wrapping up here, very happy. $119,000 a month, low stress day, and that's it. So thank you, everyone. Be back at it again on Tuesday.
Yep. See you guys.